Your Honor, we are also concurring in that recommendation for commitment to the Department of Juvenile Justice. Your Honor, there are a lot of reasons for that, based on his young age and the very serious crime that took place, Your Honor. Also his behavior, Your Honor, it's of much concern to us. As Your Honor knows, this all started from the facts that you have there in your report. This all started when this juvenile and the victim in the case, who is older but not bigger than this juvenile, got into an argument. And there was some blows that were passed. This juvenile says he threw some hair on the victim, and then the victim began to hit him. At some point, that altercation stopped, and this juvenile left. He says he went to the woods. Our information is that somebody took him home. Either way, he left. And when he came back, he had a knife and he did stab the victim. And the victim was injured. He had to be taken to the hospital where he had surgery. He had to be flown to Charlotte where he was treated at the hospital there. And that's of a lot of concern to us. This juvenile does a lot, as the report shows, of blaming other people for his behaviors. But he does have bad behaviors. And as a matter of fact, Your Honor, he said that he should be at home on house arrest and on probation, and the victim should be in jail because he beat him up. He indicated that he's been in approximately 35 fights, and he also says that he doesn't like authority figures and that they get on his nerves. He says that the police charge you for stupid reasons. His plan to stay out of trouble when he gets home from upstate, he told them, was don't go anywhere and just stay with my family. His report of his way of coping is to play video games and to punch walls. And that concerns us as well. In his report, that he has about 12 close friends of both genders, and that they like to do, quote, violent stuff together. When asked to elaborate about that, he stated that that was throwing rocks at cars and running from the police for fun.
The prosecutor did do a good job of listing some of the bad behaviors in the community and at upstate that my client engaged in, but I think it's also worth noting that he's had a pretty traumatic upbringing for a 12-year-old. He's identified 5 adverse childhood experiences, including hit very hard by his parent separation, living with someone who abuses substances or alcohol, mother repeatedly being assaulted in the home, family member in prison. He's experienced some deaths from people close to him, and in addition to that, he has very limited cognitive skills. I was very disturbed at his inability to formulate complete sentences and his very low reading level and intellectual levels. His heart's desire obviously is to go home. He very much misses being at home, and I know his mother very much wants him back.
According to school records, has had 39 referrals from November 2011 through September 2013, including fighting, displaying aggressive behaviors toward peers and teachers, making threats, truancy, using profanity, being disruptive in class. He was expelled in 4th grade and suspended at least 30 times. Because I believe that it is in your best interest, with the best probability of trying to get you back on the right track, I am going to adopt the recommendations that have been made for an indeterminate sentence, but I am also, because of your young age at 12, going to, as requested by your attorney, allow this to be what we call a buyer's order. What that means is the Department of Juvenile Justice will have the discretion to be able to release you to a placement, and then possibly at some time release you to come home. But in doing so, that kind of shifts the burden over to you, so that the better you are, the more that you utilize the resources that are offered to you while you were in the Department of Juvenile Justice, the sooner you would be able to be released and to come home. There are numerous problems, and some of these are not your fault, they're what you've been exposed to. But they can never be used as an excuse in any way, shape, or form for the conduct of stabbing someone in the back with a knife. Any questions about my order?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
What they mean? I mean, he gives something back to,
It means that he is going into the custody of the Department of Juvenile Justice, that he will be going to Columbia behind the fence at Broad River Road. He will be their responsibility. They will direct their resources to
so
try
how long
to
he's supposed to be doing
correct him. And how long he's going to be there is going to be dependent on how well or how poorly he does while he is there. So he might be there 2 years, he might be there 6 years. He may be there longer, but it's up to him on how well or not he conducts himself while he's there.